with the Noosa Temple of Satan, dear listener, so I've got my Supreme Court action going on. Hearing date will probably be August at this stage, is the likely thing. Submitted some affidavits, and the good news is that I managed to get a Section 49 costs order, which is an unusual, obscure provision in the Judicial Review Act. Basically, a judge made an order that no matter what happens on the day, each side will bear their own costs. So I don't have to worry about paying, if we lose, tens of thousands of dollars. It was quite embarrassing, actually, because as part of the application, well, there's three things you've got to demonstrate. One is that you have a case with some merit, and the Crown actually consented to all this. We didn't even have to fight. They actually said to the judge, we consent. Give him his order. Yeah.
Wow.
So you have to have a case with some merit. It has to be a test case that is of wider implication than just the case in question. Yep. And then you have to show financial disparity between yourself and the other side. So that's between myself and the state of Queensland. Yeah. So I briefly listed my assets, and I can tell you it was a brief list because I don't own much. It's quite embarrassing. I'm sure they looked at it and they thought, this poor guy, like he's 56 years of age. Yeah. He's got fuck all. What's he done?
Poor old bugger's down on his luck.
That's right. Probably what they thought.
It's because you're a cat man.
That's it. So anyway, that was a good win, and that was good practice, because when we do some other cases coming up to do with prayers in Parliament and other stuff, I've got one Section 49 order under my belt. I know how to do it, so I can do it again for these other ones. I can really have a crack at this and not be fearful of this major thing hanging over your head. And that's the idea of it. The Law Reform Commission introduced this section because it said, you know, people with a meritorious case shouldn't be put off from it through fear of a major costs order.
The old scales of justice thing.
Yeah. So I really fell neatly within what was required. And the other thing was, there's been very little case law on this section. And basically, it lists reasons why it should be given, but the reasons are not exhaustive. So they've said, any other good reason, tell us about it. And I put in that Grace had made this statement in the public about Satanists not being allowed to teach, etc. And that if a high-ranking official makes a statement like that, that should be considered as a factor in this. And if they'd fought it, the chances are that that could have created a precedent. And so I don't think Grace wanted to be a precedent in Section 49 matters. So anyway, it all fell in my favour quite nicely.